Well, I guess I better turn the mics on. Well, I'm here. Yeah. Bob your head a little bit for me. Yeah. It's Saturday morning. It's the day after New Year's. The great thing about New Year's this year is it was like on a Friday. So that hangover that some of you all may have, been there, done that, ain't going back. Sorry about that. But some of you all are still out there doing that. And you get a couple of extra days to recuperate. All right. I'm Dynamic Dave. I am in the house. I'm here every Saturday morning. You're listening to the weekly sports magazine as we kick back like a fat rat old school style and talk sports from our perspective. Got a couple of good things. I think my intern is coming in this morning. Austin, if you're out there, you're late, buddy. 50 lashes with a wet noodle. Also got a guest in the studio, I guess a radio personality from Little Rock, Vashawn Vance. Is that correct?
You mentioned my last name, and now all the bill collectors.
They're chasing me.
I usually just use my first name, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. That's all right. We'll give you like a secret agent name. All right. So he's going to be in here most of the morning talking sports with us as well. This morning, I will tell you that we, typically when you listen to the show, it's formatted. We have guests, yada, yada, yada. We have none of that this morning. In fact, it's been that way for the last week. We didn't have any the day after Christmas either. So if you want to call the phone, you can call me at 855-525-5683. That's how you can get in touch with us. You can talk sports. A lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to get into all of that after the break here. And I'm going to try to do this like this this Periscope thing. Let's see, switch. I'm going to figure this thing out too. I'm doing that. But if you want to stream me live, you can. I'll just turn that around like that. But if you want to stream me live, you can. You can go to my website, theweeklysportsmagazine.com. I'm out there. You can check out the show, listen to some of the things that are going on off mic. So that means, Sean, don't say any bad words or anything, okay, or anything like that. But that's what we're going to be doing this morning. There are tons of things to talk about. The NFL playoffs, we've got to wrap that up. That'll happen week 17. I've got to go out and look at my picks from last week. I'll be honest, I've been lazy. I didn't look at my picks and I picked 8 NFL games. I'll review those in the next break coming up and see where I am. We'll get into the dynamic pay dirt contest. You still have an opportunity to beat me and win a dynamic gift box. Now that comprises of a couple of things. Let's see, what is it? You got rib rub, which is 3 different flavors: original, hot and spicy, and scorching. You have rib nuts, hot and spicy, original, and scorching. You have fry batter. You also have party mix, and I'm also adding my rib dust and my rib dust and my rib juice. So that's a heck of a package. I'm feeling magnanimous. I'm not Santa Claus. Don't even call me Santa Claus. I'll cuss you. I'm sorry. Hey, Sean, how you doing this morning?
Okay. Any way I can turn this up here, by the way?
You need more volume? One of them.
Not the way I can hear.
Are you not hearing me at all?
It's a lot better now.
Okay. All right. Cool. So how's it going with you this morning?
Okay. A little crisp outside. It's about 33, 34 degrees outside here in Little Rock, downtown Little Rock, where you have a real nice view of the city right here on the 17th floor of our multi-million-dollar studios here.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a nice view. Obviously, during the midday when that sun starts shining through the windows, It can get a little heated in here as well. But no, it's a nice view, nice studios. We're top. If you know anything about Little Rock, I grew up here, and this building used to be the Union Bank building.
I remember that.
As a matter of fact, I think I have I mean, where'd they go? Because I think I have some deposits left in that bank. I think I had like $35 when I moved away.
Is this
left in that bank?
Is this the building where they had? There used to be a authentic 5-star restaurant in one of the buildings. Jacques and Suzanne's. Remember that?
Now I think it wasn't Jock and Suzanne's. Across the street used to be the World and Bank building.
Maybe that was it.
And it may have turned into Jock and Suzanne's after. Here's why I know this. That was my first job it was called the Capitol Club.
Okay.
It was at the top of the Union Bank building.
Nice place to impress a lady.
Right. And they didn't do cash. You had an account. You think I'm kidding? You had an account where your check was signed and it was drawn out of your account.
Really?
Whether it was credit card or some account that they had set up there. That was my first job.
That was kind of funny because back in the 70s, not that many people had credit cards then.
No.
Especially us.
And this had to be 73. I'm dating myself now. That's illegal in 5 states. But it had to be it was my first job. I was 14. I was supposed to be 16. I lied. Okay, I lied. Okay. I'm a bad person. But that was my first job. I was a dishwasher. And it was my introduction into the restaurant business.
I shouldn't laugh.
Well, let me take that back. It wasn't. My mom was a caterer.
Okay.
So my mom was my first introduction into the food industry.
Okay.
But officially having a job there, that was the Worthing Bank building years ago. So. Okay. I grew up in Little Rock. I know a whole lot of stuff. I spent a lot of that building right across the street, M.M. Cones. My mom used to love to shop there when black people could shop there. Okay. Woolworths was right up the street. They had a Woolworths here. It had a wooden floor. You can see where the old Sterling building used to be down there on Capitol and Center. There used to be a Spalding store where everybody would go buy their Chuck Taylors and I was an athlete, so you bought your cleats. And so Little Rock's downtown used to be really bustling, but then of course everybody moves west.
Right
now, everybody all over the country are bringing people back downtown, so that's kind of how it is.
Well, in Little Rock, for our listeners like nationwide, there is one area downtown where people go to at night. It has a little bit of a nightlife. It's River Market.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, there was no River Market.
No, it wasn't.
But the rest of downtown is dead. Just that section of downtown is pretty much alive. Also a lot of crime. But River Market is where it's happening. But I'm gonna tell you something. Very few cities after 5 o'clock where people frequent downtown. Now Chicago's one place where people after 5 o'clock still go downtown. And believe it or not, in Savannah, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, if you go downtown after 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 o'clock at night, it's a nice nightlife that they have in those cities. But most cities per se do not have a lot of people, like you said in the conversation, people go out to the suburbs. They don't go downtown.
Well, a lot of cities now are kind of bringing it back. You're seeing Nashville, Memphis, a lot of the cities are bringing it back. They are developing their downtown because that's where, if you've got a vibrant downtown, you've got a vibrant city. So a lot of people are doing that.
That's true.
Hey, so we've got to go out and take a time out. When we come back, we'll jump into some headlines. We'll talk about some other things. I'll tell you some other ideas that we have on the agenda this morning. You can call me at 855-525-5683 if you're up. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're not, I don't really blame you. It's the day after New Year's. You're recuperating. By the way, roll over, pinch your spouse on the butt and say, hey, Dave Coleman's on the air. You need to listen. Back in a moment.
Time to go to the family reunion.
You control the headphone volume over there?
It's one major headphone, but there are some individual volumes. You need to look and see what it's connected to.
This is the black cord right here.
Somebody needs to teach that side of the family how to barbecue.
Going up.
Did you see them folks go
Yeah.
All right.
like I told you?
Yes, Grandpa. After last year, I knew that was the only way we would go this year.
Hey fans, what? You haven't tried cold
That's your tablet?
rib rub?
Yeah.
It's great for meats, veggies,
Yeah,
and
I got me,
snacks. Let your fingers do the walking and log on to
Samsung.
RickRub.com. That's
Got it free from Sprint. Although I gotta pay
RIDDB.com. Then let your mouth
Wi-Fi
do the
bill every
talking
month.
about great recipes and gift ideas. Then you too can bake it, grill it, smoke it. Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Ken Martin, Senior Pastor of the Great Archview Baptist Church, and I listen to the weekly sports page with the dynamic David Coleman.
I know what you're thinking. You want to spice up your taste buds with some yummy, zesty mouth-watering jerk chicken. Look at that.
I got a friend of mine that's still running QQK in Nashville. Kenny Smooth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised he's still there. This Cumulus, well, I'm surprised Broadway Joe's still there.
92Q.
Yeah, 92Q. He's been there for, I want to say 10 years now.
Yeah, Ernie Allen is a very good friend of mine who works. He's been at 92Q for as long as I've known.
Yeah. I remember when I was in the building, 92Q was a rock station. It was like Alice 107.7. I was at WMAK,
There's an old
which
saying
is
that we are what we
disco
eat.
when I was there.
And if you're suffering from
Urban
various
disco.
maladies, a slight
And we
change
had
in
92Q
your
in the
diet
building, our
may
sister
be
station.
just what the doctor ordered. At Hansel'sCookingVegan.com, we can set up consultations to get you going in the right direction. Let me design a meal plan specifically with you in mind. Get insight on alternative recipes that are easy to prepare and taste great. Learn to read food labels to know what you're really eating. Remember, that's Hansel's, COOKINVEGN.com for more information, or just call me at 310-849-9778. That's Hansel'sCookingVegan.com.
Listen. Did you miss Dr. Ernest Beal from UT San Antonio?
When you're making $465 million off these student athletes, and all you can come up with is $5,000. John Calipari makes $8 million a year, and his players are going to get $5,000 a year. The majority of these teams are white men and white males and females. Would this be how?
Look at that, playing man in the airport.
I got a family with that. But we're letting our kids be connected.
Join me Saturday mornings at 9 for the Weekly Sports Magazine on JohnNetRadio.com.
Yeah, welcome back to the Weekly Sports Magazine. I'm Dynamic Dave. I'm here every Saturday morning, and of course, you know, I play the coolest bumper music in the universe. Yeah, I know. I told you to reach over and pinch your spouse on the butt, but I didn't say get romantic. You're supposed to be listening to the show. What's up with that? Little Frankie Beverly in the background in the studio with me. Sean Vance, local radio personality. Sean, before we get into, tell us a little bit about yourself. What is your claim to fame and all that good stuff?
Claim to fame. Right now, I'm single and free to mingle. Well, no, I first came here in 1976, and I was offered a job here, and I kind of liked the place. It's actually a very scenic place. It has its ups and downs, and you know, I worked here. I lived in 30 cities in the United States, and but I will say that Little Rock has some of your best park systems that I have ever seen in all my travels. Little Rock and Tampa Bay and Orlando as well. But I would say the park system here is one of the top 5 in the nation. In fact, I was reading USA Today a few years ago, and out of the top 20 parks in the United States, we had 2 that's in the top 20. You have Burns Park, which was actually in the top 10, and you have Murray Park, which was like number 17 or 18, if I remember correctly. And since then, you have Two Rivers Park, which is pretty awesome. And you have a rather small park, which they just built about 3-5 years ago, Connor Park off of Highway 10, which is Cantrell Road, which is pretty nice as well. But I first came here in 1976, and I was hired at a radio station here, and I, whenever I would lose my job, I would come back here. Although I was born and raised in Chicago. Now, Chicago's not a bad place. A lot of crime. I don't like the crime. I don't like the cold weather. And I don't like the cost of living, which is why I never went back. I go back just to visit some childhood friends, visit my parents' gravesite. Unfortunately, they're not around anymore, but I was born and raised in Chicago. But here I am at JoyNet Radio on a Saturday, and I tell you, I know this is a sports talk show, but I got to say this. I woke up this morning, and I'm listening to the news, and I hear that last night, yesterday, in Saudi Arabia, they executed 47 people simultaneously in 4 cities in Saudi Arabia, in their capital city and 3 other cities over there. And I would say about from what I heard on the news, out of the 47 people, at least 10 were beheaded, some were stoned. It's not really funny. And you have some human rights organizations that were protesting some of the deaths, and a lot of people call it barbaric. But then again, in Saudi Arabia, you don't have nowhere near as many crimes as you have over here in the United States. I mean, they don't play. So that is really something else. I don't know if you heard about that. Yesterday, the Saudi Arabia executed 47 people, some of which were beheaded. You know what? I just wish I was over there and had the hot dog concession. So I'd make a killing.
That's a warp. That's just a warp.
that is warp. Yeah, it is warp. But it is opportunity to make some money. But
hey, I understand that now. So, you know. But yeah, Sean Vance, he'll be in and out with us most of the morning as well. And of course, Austin is going to be in the house. He's going to be running the board this morning and helping us out as well. A lot of stuff to talk about. Hey, I promise you, when we get back, we are going to talk sports. Okay. I told y'all this show it's a sports show, but hey, we are a socially conscious show as well. So we're going to go out and take another break. And when we get back, we will talk some sports. And I want to get into this college football playoff stuff and all this other crazy stuff that's going on as it relates to whether or not they should have these games on New Year's Day as opposed to New Year's Eve. That was kind of stupid. Okay. We'll talk about that in a moment. We're back. You're listening to the Weekly Sports Magazine on JoyNetRadio.com.
How much money would you be willing
Okay, let's talk about
$50, $100, $500 maybe? How about just $10? Hi, my name is David W. Carter. And in conjunction with a Father's Family Affairs, we launched the 100 for 10 1K scholarship campaign. We need 100 people to donate $10 to assist a young father with college tuition. Just $10. Go to a fathersfamilyaffair.com now to make a tax-deductible donation.
All right.